property or considered real.
Okay, what does that mean to me? Have I committed a crime? Security officer?
What the
kind of federal law is that? Am I free to go?
At this point, wait till my supervisor gets here, and then I'll let him decide.
And quite honestly, I don't care if your street stripe gets here or not.
You're walking around dressed like you're law enforcement. That's awesome, and it looks legit.
Some people spend years trying to look like a cop without ever becoming one. This guy had the lights, the badge, the gear, the attitude, the whole setup, and it worked until the wrong officer showed up. Jeremy DeWitt grew up in Central Florida wanting to be a cop. He trained with the Police Explorer program as a teenager. He was serious about it. Then at 18, he was arrested for impersonating an officer. A felony conviction followed. His shot at a real badge was gone permanently. But in 2011, he found a loophole. He started Metro State Special Services, officially a funeral escort company. In reality, something that looked exactly like a police operation. Black and white motorcycles, emergency lights, uniforms, utility belts, handcuffs, a device on the hip that looked like a sidearm from any distance. To anyone on a Florida road, this looked like law enforcement. That was the point. Before we get to the stop, are you subscribed? We cover exactly these situations every week. Hit subscribe right now. Takes 1 second. Done? Back to Jeremy.
You don't have to be scared. I know you're just a security officer. You can step out.
Thanks to you all. Hold on, let me see.
I know you're a security officer. You're fine.
What's up?
We're on federal property or considered real.
Okay, what does that mean to me? Have I committed a crime? Security officer?
I want to know why you took a picture of the CBP sign with your bike.
What the kind of federal law is that?
I want to know.
You better
why.
figure out real fast, security officer, who you are.
He wants to
Go ahead,
he
go get a
wants to
federal
talk.
agent now. Go get a Homeland Security officer now.
Hey, chill.
Wait, we just don't know who you are. I don't give
gotta
a fuck who
yell.
I am.
You don't have to
Have I
yell.
entered your facility? We don't know. Have I entered your facility? Yes or no? Security officer.
Dude, you're representing like not well, okay? Listen, you're not representing your company well right now, okay?
Right. Why are we asking
Because only because I honestly have not heard of Metro State, so I'm gonna look it up.
Chief of police
So
actually knows.
yeah, I'll call him on his cell phone right now. I have his number and I will call him.
Real fast. Have I done anything illegal?
It's just we're gonna try to find out who, like, what this is. We're not saying you've done. Yeah. So, well, I want to verify that. So, you know what? I'll have my sergeant come out here. CP35. This guy's not happy. Can you have Robert 1 come out here, please?
That's fine. People are concerned, so that's how we're here doing our job.
It's not a huge deal, like at all. Like we're just trying to figure out Right.
What I'm trying to figure out is what statute are we?
He was there.
What statute?
What are we violating?
Jeremy was near a federal facility in Tampa after a funeral escort. U.S. Customs flagged him. Tampa police were called. When officers arrived, Jeremy was ready. He cited Florida statutes by number, explained the three-pronged test for impersonation, argued he had not crossed all three. He had clearly rehearsed this.
Well, if you're not law enforcement or certified, then we have a problem.
How's that?
Because you can't open carry and all that.
I'm not open carrying.
What is that on your hip?
Florida statute 970 says that I can open carry a less lethal device at any time in uniform.
Oh, is that not a gun?
That is correct. It's less
Okay.
lethal.
Well, how am I supposed to know that? Okay, it looks like a gun. It's on your hip.
I totally understand. And I'm happy to answer your question.
Okay.
I'll get you out of the road.
Well, we don't need to be like, it looks like a gun. It's kind of like if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck, right? Until we can determine that it's not a duck. So we're determining that it's not a duck right now. And my body cam is on,
Good.
so.
It's a three-prong. Have to act, advise somebody that I am, and then make that person do something under Florida statute, three-prong, for it to be impersonating. So there is nothing that...
My supervisor is on his way. He will be more than happy to explain. And that's how it's going to be, okay?
The device on his hip looked like a firearm. Jeremy explained it was a pepperball pistol, legal to carry in uniform under Florida statute. Technically correct, but to anyone walking past, it looked like a gun on a cop's belt. That appearance is the whole problem.
Let me just show you this picture real quick.
So it's just...
This is you.
Yeah,
we know this is you.
Right?
What
Okay.
does that have to do with anything?
Okay. Yeah. What does that have to do with our business?
What, because you run a 2829 on a tag and comes back with a 27? You don't think I don't know that?
Okay, that's
You don't think I
fine.
don't know how the state of Florida runs?
The weird.
Because guess what? Here's the funny thing. Before the weird thing is that you think you know about me. I served as a cop, and then I served for 12 years in the U.S. Army as a major.
Okay.
So
First of
Thank
all,
you for your
I
service.
did something wrong and there was an error because my brother was killed, and I went home and got drunk at a bar, and a girl lied about who she was.
Right.
That doesn't change who I am.
here's the deal. You're like being super confrontational right now.
Right, let's be
We're told we pulled
Instead
up
of
a record
being-
instead of just running a tag. We pulled up.
That's what we do,
did.
though. That's what police do. We're supposed
Right,
to do.
and that's
So,
fine.
I mean,
We
that's
get that. I mean,
right.
investigation-
We're not judging him based on something that happened in the past. We're judging him based on how he's acting right now. Well, we're judging him, not you, but him, based on the fact that if he were a law enforcement officer or a security person, anytime I'm ever asked for any credential or cooperation, I just do it because I have nothing to hide. So you become confrontational. So because I need to know who Metro. Well, you don't have to give it. You can walk away if you like. If you would like to leave, you are free to leave. Okay, because you're not dressed in something that looks police-ish. So.
At the end of the day, my uniform doesn't say police.
Then they ran his tag. His record came back. Registered sex offender. In Florida, that means he cannot hold a valid security officer license. And without that license, the equipment he was carrying was not legal for him to have. That is the detail his statute citations did not account for. Hold up, I checked the stats, and apparently almost 50% of you are watching without subscribing. That feels personal. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button real quick so we can all move forward together. Done? Perfect. Let's get back to the story.
But here's the thing. Here's a question. Am I free to go?
At this point, wait till my supervisor gets here, and then I'll let him decide.
I'm being nice by standing here, and I am being nice by standing here, because by law, I don't have to stand here. And I can walk away from you or get on my bike and ride away right now. So I'm being nice. I'm not trying to be confrontational, but you did kind of imply that I had nowhere to go until your sergeant got here. And quite honestly, I don't care if your three stripe gets here or not.
Okay.
Well, all we want to do is identify and verify, because you're walking around dressed like you're law enforcement. I know the stuff doesn't say, but you have everything.
I'm actually wearing my uniform for my company.
That's awesome, and it looks legit.
It looks like an actual cop.
Yeah. So
If you'd like, you can pull up, and you can also call Orange County.
That's how my guys go to funerals.
This is what we do. We've been doing it for a very long time.
Are you his business partner?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. I was like, your guys, I'm so confused. Okay.
Jeremy asked if he was free to go. The officer told him to wait for the sergeant. Jeremy pushed back, said he was only staying as a courtesy, that he did not care if the sergeant showed up or not. The officer stayed calm, explained the call from customs, the gear, the lights, the weapon on the hip. When that picture comes together, you investigate. That is the job.
listen, I get pissed all the time too. I can't act that type of way. I can't. You know.
See, that's the great thing, because I used to wear that, and then I joined the Army, and then this is where I am now because a girl lied to me, and the state felt that they would drop her. Because guess what? The funny thing is they arrested her for giving a fake ID to a police officer, but they dropped her charges so they could.
Hey!
So
I like you. You're like,
I'm too old for any BS at this point. I'm tired. It's hot. It's summer. Let's just cut to the chase of everything, you know? Like, I'm not judging you on your past, but yes, we want to figure out what's going on.
and we understand that.
So,
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
how you doing?
So this is our boss. So what had happened was, we get a call from customs saying that this gentleman is dressed like an officer and he's not an officer. They had concerns that he was impersonating an officer, maybe us or whatever, or made something up, we don't know. These people here own this company, which is Metro State. I guess it's a legitimate company per Google. I don't know.
Per Sunday.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's okay, yeah.
So anyways, and then you are a hothead for sure.
Yeah.
Because he got pissed with them over here and was,
Their
you know.
jurisdiction ends right here. This is their jurisdiction. Right here is TPD.
They got pissed because he parked there and took a picture. We were trying to make sure, like,
That he wasn't impersonating a cop.
Okay, well,
Right. We were just trying to verify, all the stuff before we let him go, and then the U.S. Customs people came out here, the Department of Homeland Security people came out here, and it was this big 41. Yeah, so. No, we're here. Corporal just pulled up and he's talking to him, so that's where we're. Okay. Okay, perfect. All right, that's good. Sergeant's on 7, she said.
I know.
Yeah.
And then these people came out, so I think you wanted to talk to our sergeant or something, right?
well, as long as we're free to go, we're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah,
You said wait here. You said
No,
wait
he
here
said-
until my shot.
everywhere.
Yeah, he said he wanted to talk, and I said, well, if you want to wait. And then, oh, is he here? No, that's not him either. He drives a white Crown Vic. So yeah, I mean, if you have any complaints, so that's who you would make it to about us. And then any complaints that you have on them, I don't know.
Did they do anything to you? Did they
No,
put their hands on you?
no.
Okay, no.
Yeah, but we identified, I guess dispatch said that this is a company.
It's a legit company. They were just
Oh, I
concerned.
hope so. I mean, you got tripped out light.
Yeah.
So we've had a few nice talks.
Okay.
But yeah.
So we're all good now, right?
Yes.
We are.
Man, you got more cool shit than I do.
I know. Maybe we ought to retire and come work for this company.
When the sergeant arrived, Jeremy and his girlfriend were cleared to leave. No arrest that day. But this stop was not isolated. It was one of many encounters being documented by the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Jeremy called it harassment. It was documentation, and every stop added to the file. Name, Jeremy DeWitt. Company, Metro State Special Services, Orlando FL. Background, disqualified from law enforcement at 18, registered sex offender. Charges, multiple felonies including impersonation, aggravated assault, fraud. 2024, 7 years in prison. 2025, additional 41 months for filing false tax returns. Currently incarcerated, release expected early 2030s. Jeremy knew the law better than most people he encountered. He knew exactly where the line was, and he spent years operating right next to it. The problem with living that close to a line is that eventually something crosses it, then something else, and the file gets thicker. This stop did not end in an arrest, but it ended up in the record. 7 years plus 41 months, not for impersonation in the end, for everything he could not stop doing while pretending to be someone he was never allowed to become. If you want more real cases broken down exactly like this, no fluff, just the full breakdown, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications.